fluid changes on this 96 Ford F-150 project. So I will be doing oil change and filter, transmission fluid. This is a stick shift transmission, but according to the specs it does take automatic transmission fluid and differential fluid. I went through, looked at all the capacities so I knew how much to buy, what the specs was, what you needed to put in it. Also we'll be flushing out the coolant system, replacing the antifreeze, and I'll be changing wiper blades, air filter. Also be fixing the mirror I knocked off of it. That probably won't have time to do all this today, but I'm going to video them as I do them. That way I can show you what tools you'll need while I'm doing it, where to drain it from, where to fill from, all this stuff like that. So I'll see you in the next portion. I will do is the oil change, and I'll see you there in a second. Okay, the first thing we want to do, of course, is get the drain plug out for the oil. This is a 16 or a 5/8. Either one will work. I'm going to get the drain pan out of the way just to break it loose. Make sure my ratchet is going the right direction for loosening. And let's see here. Get turned around a little bit. There we go. Loosened up. Now it's just finger tight. I got my drain pan here. I got that pan where it'll catch that oil. That stream's going to shoot out. There we go. Always have some shop towels on hand for wiping your hands off, because you're going to get oil on your hands. I do have a set of gloves here, but I haven't put them on. I'm going to let that drain. And while it drains, I look underneath, see if there's any grease zerks anywhere. There's not, so this is original equipment, didn't come with the grease zerks. So when I have the brakes off, I will check tie rod ends and ball joints and all that. I will move my pan back here, that's enough, to where it is underneath the oil filter too. Now this is I'm lucky on because I can get to the oil filter. It's right here in front of me. Not a lot of stuff in the way. Different vehicles, sometimes you'll have a lot of stuff in the way of the oil filter, or it's in a different location. Some of them's cartridge filter. So if you don't know, you need to check your owner's manual and see where your filter is supposed to be located. It looks like a new filter actually, so this must have had an oil change before it was parked, but it needs one now anyway. We're going to test out this new oil filter supposed wrench I have here. I don't see it working that well that way. Try it this way. Okay. This is some cheap thing I bought yesterday, so we'll see if it works or not. It's bending the oil filter. Get back toward the end more. There we go. There we go. Now I should get it off by hand. Now I should have that pan under it where it's going to drain right off into that pan. It might hit the frame or something little coming down. And see if I can get that off there without making a mess. Camera's kind of in my way here, so I'm gonna try to get in front of it without knocking it over. I want to have both hands on that filter. There. Now, oil will drain out of that filter, so if you turn it upside down, you're going to get a face full of oil. And when you take an oil filter off, always check and make sure this rubber gasket is on the filter. Sometimes they will stick onto the block. If that happens, it'll blow out all the oil when you put the new one on, because you'll have two gaskets there and one oil will just blow out between the two gaskets. I've seen it happen more than once, and I've seen an engine have to be replaced because of that. So always check that block for, make sure that the old gasket did not stick on the block. And on this new gasket, take your finger and dip it in the old oil you drained out and rub some old oil on that new gasket. Get that good and hand tight. Do not over tighten that. If you over tighten that, it's gonna be a bear to get off there. Hand tight is all you need it. I think they actually call for getting it snug and then a quarter turn, or get the gasket contact and then a quarter turn. Just tighten it down as tight as you can with your hand, you'll be good. Okay, always clean it off around the hole. Clean off my drain plug, check, make sure the threads are in good shape. And it's ready to go back in. Everything's cleaned up there. There, good and snug. Don't want to over tighten and strip that thing out. And the oil is drained. I usually take the keys out of the ignition and stick them in my pocket or something, that way nobody can come up and start it or something with it with no oil in it. I don't take them out of my pocket till the oil changes. Oil's back in the engine. There's a little bit of drip there, clean that up. And we are done down here. Now with the filter on, the drain plug in, we can add oil. This one takes 10W30. A lot of times on the cap it'll tell you, most modern vehicles now take anything from 5W30 to 0W20. So check your specs on your vehicle. Sometimes they'll tell you right on the oil cap. This one does not. My handy dandy homemade funnel there, and now I can add oil. Now some vehicles today take 4 quarts, some take 6, some take 8. Diesels take like gallons. So you want to make sure you know how much oil your vehicle takes. 5 quarts in there. My dipstick should say I'm over full of oil. Let's check our engine oil now. It's always gonna show oil on the stick. You'll get a bad reading unless you pull it down and wipe it up first. Because when a vehicle runs, it splashes oil up the stick and everything like that. So wipe her down, check it out. It says right on the full mark. So that tells me this might be a 6-quart system instead of a 5. That manual could have been wrong. Okay, one reason I started up, I hate that dinger, is to circulate the oil, make sure no leaks and all that. So and check the gauge, make sure oil starts circulating. So here we go. Yeah, oil pressure here is pretty good. It's above center even. No rattles, no knocks. Good to go. Okay, we know we had oil pressure. Oil is circulating through the engine. No leaks. So check our dipstick again. And I bet it's going to say 1 quart low. And I was right. She's 1 quart low according to that. So I was thinking this was a 6-quart system before I bought the parts, but that manual said 5-quart system. So the manual was absolutely wrong. I need another quart of 10W30 for this engine. I now have 6 quarts in the engine. Vehicle's been run. And check the level. And it is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but right on the full mark right here. So engine oil change is done. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye.